I love this music. It's like proper sea shanty music.
Yeah,
Makes you ready to go on an adventure. So anyway, we're playing Wind Waker HD because Twilight Princess HD comes out in just under a month, and I thought, what better way to prepare for it? So let's just get into it. Just playing on the gamepad, and we'll set a new profile. Oops.
0.
Yep. Gotta have the capitals.
I don't know why you're obsessed with capitals.
I understand. So I think this is probably... It's not my favourite Zelda game, because I have like problems seeing which one's my favourite out of Twilight Princess and this.
No, Twilight Princess.
Yeah.
That's my favourite. It's my ultimate favourite game.
Really like this opening, though, because it's sort of like... It's the first time where it's felt, oh, it's actually a legend. It feels mythical and like fantastical and stuff.
Yes, but I just think that the idea of a talking boat is not as cool as Link turning into a wolf.
Yeah.
And also, Midna is like my favourite character in any of the Zelda games. She's fantastic, though. To be fair, Tingle is amazing.
Well, he was in Majora's Mask before this, actually. So, but he's funny in this as well. So basically, this intro is describing the events of Ocarina of Time. So it's saying, oh, Ganondorf rose up and took power, and then Link arrives with the Master Sword out of nowhere. And the people of Hyrule at this point didn't really know what was happening, but they realised that he had travelled through time.
Why has Peter Pan come?
After travelling through time, he became known as the Hero of Time. So after Ocarina of Time finishes, he seals Ganondorf away, and then he just goes back to his own timeline, where he puts the Master Sword back, and he lives his life, and it goes on to Majora's Mask, and then eventually Twilight Princess and Twilight Princess HD.
Which one is Link? He's Courage, isn't he?
Yes, he is Courage.
Out of the Triforce, because Zelda is
wisdom, and Ganondorf is power.
Yeah.
But what happens with Wind Waker is that Ganondorf somehow breaks out. And
again, like every single other Zelda game.
Like every single time. He breaks out of the Sacred Realm.
No, to be fair, in some of the games he's not Ganondorf.
Yeah, sometimes he is actually just Ganon. But that's in the timeline where Link loses the battle.
Oh, really?
But anyway, the people think that, oh, the kid travelled through time, he's just going to do it again and come back and save us. And he just never does. It never happens. No. The hero does not appear.
Wah.
So, in effect, Ganondorf sort of wins.
He wins for a brief period, but...
Yeah, for a brief period.
I mean, come on, Link is always going to turn up.
Well, he didn't. That's the point.
Some may say he's the missing link.
Yeah. Well, that's the point. In Wind Waker, he never turns up. Despite the fact
obviously
he
he
can
does
travel in
eventually,
time.
because otherwise we wouldn't have this game.
Well, it's not the same Link, obviously. Because when Link goes back in time after the end of Ocarina of Time, he's got no reason to come back, because he sealed Ganondorf away. But then nobody knows what happens to the kingdom.
Wait, so where in the timeline is Twilight Princess? Is it before or after this?
Twilight Princess is on the same time as this.
Oh, so there's multiple links.
Well, that's the point. There's a split. After Ocarina of Time, either Link
hang on.
wins...
This is explained in...
Hyrule Historia.
No, obviously, because it's like the Beast of Books.
Yeah.
Fantastic read for Zelda freaks. aka me. But no, it was the Dynasty Warriors version, Hyrule Warriors, where you go on the adventure. Is it adventure mode or is it story mode?
I don't know which one.
I can't remember which one it is, but they have like all the sections and then it branches off, so you can kind of see where each thing would have.
The thing is that Ocarina of Time sort of messes everything up because it introduces time travel, and when you introduce time travel, you get a whole load of problems.
Well, yeah, because you can spin off, can't you, if you change? Yeah. Is it the butterfly effect?
Yeah, something like that, where every effect you do does something, different. Changes the future a little bit.
Yeah, so if you sneeze in time, you can cause a hurricane in China. Is that what they say? I must admit, though, I do prefer. I keep on going on about Twilight Princess because it is my all-time favourite game. Artwork, music, story, everything. But I do like the artwork in there.
Well, it's like Nintendo like Toon Link so much, he's become his own character.
I hate Toon Link.
But Nintendo really like him. He's his
know,
own
and
character in
a lot
Super
of people
Smash
do
Bros.
like him as well.
And they've used the art style in loads of different games.
And he has amiibo.
Yeah, he's got amiibo as well. And
How many has he got? One.
Just the one, just Toon Link.
For now.
For now. But this is really interesting because this is like Link has a sister, and you'd never have that before. Like in A Link to the Past, he has an uncle, but you would never. It's not like a direct family link like sister is in Arrow.
It's interesting because it begs the question: who is mum? Who is dad?
Yeah, exactly. Because he's got a grandmother and he's got a sister, but it's never explained. So I think this has some interesting implications about what Zelda U is going to be, because I think Zelda U is going to take place after Ocarina of Time, but before Wind Waker. And there's a couple of things that sort of suggest why that might happen. The first thing is that Wind Waker HD exists because Nintendo wanted to have the whole sea loaded in memory. It was sort of like practicing for them. So I'm just going to down the ladder here. It was sort of practicing about how to have the whole world loaded in memory, but why didn't they use Twilight Princess to do that? It might have been that Wind Waker HD was easier to handle, but
we had a lot to deal with in Twilight Princess.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
and then,
he was transformed into a wolf. Do you know how difficult that would be? Like, can you imagine just waking up one day and being like, "Oh shit, I'm a wolf." Like, what? But you know, you said about him having a sister and a grandmother and stuff. Be that he refers to them as that. Or they are like a sister, they are like a grandmother?
No, I think it would be actually his grandmother and his sister, because they wouldn't make a reference to it if they weren't.
I don't know.
So the other thing about Zelda U taking place before Wind Waker is that further on in the game, you find that Hyrule has actually been sealed away, and when you actually get to there, you're sort of prevented from being able to explore it. So it'd be really interesting if you could explore the world of Zelda U, because that's Hyrule, and it sort of corresponded to Wind Waker.
But then you also have Skyward Sword. Where does this fit?
Skyward Sword is right at the start.
Because that's
the
before
start of everything.
Yeah.
It's interesting because Skyward Sword is you live in the sky and you head down to Earth by flying on the Loft Wings. In this, it's sort of Hyrule is beneath the sea and you head upwards to the Great Sea. So I don't know, I just think it's really interesting.
No, it is really interesting. Do you know what else is really interesting? This grandmother looks remarkable for her age. She has, like, barely any wrinkles, and I'm wondering, are her wrinkles held up by that bun that is clearly tight on the top of her head?
Yeah, that might be right.
It may also be why her eyebrows are so high.
So yeah, they have a family shield on the wall, and told us about Orca, who knows about swordplay. So it's sort of already pushing you towards, oh, you need to use a sword and shield.
Well, duh. The family shield that happens to have the Triforce on it. Yeah, they must be related. Perfect.
Well, the funny thing is that this
doesn't know his name.
What? No, it's Rob, RiggyRob.
I know,
she
but
said
she
it.
just...
She did. Anyway, this island has a legend of passing down green clothes to children, and then they go out and find heroic blades. And that sort of explains why Toon Link appears in other games. Because in Triforce Heroes takes place after A Link Between Worlds. But there's sort of like a...
Triforce Heroes.
No, I mean, neither have I. I wasn't too
awful.
interested in it. I mean, I'm not even a massive Zelda fan, because I've only played like 6 of them. And I didn't even finish them all. Well, considering how old Zelda is, there's so many of them.
Yeah, I guess.
So yeah,
I mean,
this is...
to be honest, pretty much every Zelda games, runs the same sort of way. The only one that doesn't is A Link Between Worlds and A Link to the Past, where you can basically choose which boss you go to.
Well, no, it's only A Link Between Worlds. It's one of the things that Eiji Onuma wanted to change. It's like...
Doesn't work, though.
You have to pick which order you want to do things in,
I
rather
like
than being
how it
led that way.
escalates in difficulty, though. I think that's why
But that's the thing, you can sort of plan around...
It just means they're all moderate.
People having the items in certain places. But in A Link Between Worlds, you can use any item at any place.
Yeah, I know, but that's what I'm saying. It created just a moderate level instead of some of them being difficult. Oh my days.
What?
He needs to get that scene too.
So, what? His head?
Yeah.
I'm not sure if it's actually meant to be like a hat.
No, it says
it sort of blends into his head.
It's saying
it looks like it's
a brain of all trades.
Yeah.
So it must be related to his brain or something.
So this is Orca's brother, who I don't actually know the name of. But essentially, he's a massive nerd.
Let me find it. Hang on. We have for the viewers, we got this chest that has all of the guides in it.
The collector's edition strategy guides, yes.
And it
includes
gorgeous.
Wind Waker HD.
Like there's like gold leaf on the sides, and it's just, you know, when you get a new book and it's just like, yes, this is just perfect. Anyway, let's see if he has a name. Where's the characters?
So at the moment, he's explaining that his younger and less intelligent brother is practicing fencing,
Is that
and he
Orca?
knocked all the sorry.
Orca, you said was his brother.
Orca is the younger brother, yes.
Yeah, so he's
downstairs. So, if we want to learn about how to sword fight, we go and talk to Orca.
I guess.
And Orca teaches you quite a few sort of little techniques.
I wish there was a button for... I've already played the other game, so I already know how to use a sword.
Well, in this game, he gives you the sword. So, you have to talk to him either way.
Does he give you a training sword?
Yes, it is a training sword, actually.
Yeah, well... Oh, Tingle's in this one.
Yeah, I told you.
I didn't know that.
So now Orca's saying that I'm the same age as the legendary hero, but that must be the legendary hero as young Link in Ocarina of Time, because it wouldn't be older Link, because obviously he's not old enough. He would be an adult if he wasn't a child. So now he's teaching me how to roll into stuff. And if you roll into stuff, you knock all the pots off the wall.
Aww. Poor pots. You know, whoever makes pots as their living must be like killing it. Because people
Zelda World.
constantly replace them.
The funny thing is, it is actually sort of turned on its head later on, but I'll show you that when we get to it.
Sturgeon.
Is that his name?
The
Orca and
serious-minded...
Sturgeon, that does make sense.
The serious-minded Sturgeon is Orca's brainy brother. Read the posters on his wall to see the basic game controls. He was quite the swordsman in his youth.
So now Orca is teaching me how to use a sword.
Is Orca in here? Oh, there he is. Orca wanted to be a swordsman in his younger days, even going so far as to earn a knight's crest. But a serious injury cut short his martial training. Now a fisherman and a committed bachelor. Oh, he's a bachelor, that's a shame. Orca lives on Outset and trains Link in the ways of the hero's sword after Link comes of age. Oh, so he must be of age. How old is he in this? Like,
I don't think it explained. I think he's 10.
That's not of age, is it?
Well, it's the same age as the legendary hero in Ocarina of Time, so it's the same age as young Link. Young Link can't be that old, otherwise it won't be young Link. So.
When you collect 10 Knight's Crests, return to Orca and give them to him. Orca teaches Link the Hurricane Spin Attack. Accept his challenge to demonstrate the skills you have learned with the blade, and you can earn rupees and a piece of heart.
So, to get the piece of heart, I think you have to hit him 999 times in a row without getting hit 3 times. But you do that after you get a shield.
999 times.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my days.
It's a proper challenge. And he's saying that he'd be... Link's grandmother would be upset if Orca gave him a sword if he didn't have a shield.
Well, that does make sense.
Yeah.
It would make more sense to have a shield, you know, to protect yourself.
Yeah. So off we go and get a shield.
You don't really need a sword. It's just the Triforce is upside down on his door.
Oh yeah, Triforce is upside down on all the doors. So that's sort of like another link to Ocarina of Time. It's like, there's clearly a lot of imagery around this, but it's just never explained. So having Zelda U as a game to explain it would be really interesting.
I can't wait until that comes out. I really can't. Is it summer that it comes out, or is it later?
I have no idea. Alright, so now we have to go and talk to Arrow.